Howdy, Big Yankovic here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is Monday, October 23rd, 2023. And this is my report for week 21 of my journey to Wonderland using beef, butter, bacon, and eggs carnivore. And this week we're doing a 72-hour fast. All right, let's go check out those daily reports and let's see how it went here on Big Yankovic on health. Okay, it is Monday. And we're going to try to do things a little different this week. Try and be a little more active. So I am out and I am walking. Because of my new schedule, I have to be out walking just on next to the road, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Maybe I'll bring the phone closer to me. There we go, that's a little closer. That way hopefully you can hear me better. There are cars passing and they're loud, but yeah, I couldn't be in the trails because it's dark. It's almost dark. My new schedule puts me here really late, and that's no good. Because the trails are closed at dark. So I'm out walking the regular sidewalks, but it's still beautiful. There's still loads of trees here, so I can't complain. But yeah, today I did my numbers and they were again really bad, so this walk is really necessary. My ketones were back at 0.1 and my blood sugar was 112, which means that my Dr. Boz ratio is back over 1,000. That's right, it was 1,120 today. So hopefully that's the last time that I get such a terrible Dr. Boz ratio, such a terrible ketone level, and so on, because now I am fasting. I'm in the middle of my 72-hour fast, not really the middle. I'm a third of the way through it, about 24 hours into it, and I suspect that tomorrow my ketones will be up somewhat. My blood sugar will probably be down somewhat. So I might have a semi-respectable Dr. Boz ratio. So let's hope that I can keep that up. Okay, it is Tuesday morning. I am checking my ketones. .5. Nice. That puts me to the very edge of being in ketosis. What is my blood sugar? .94. That's not too bad. Could be better, but we'll get there. So you put those two numbers together and that gives me a 188 Dr. Boz ratio, which it's a lot better than 1,120 from yesterday, but I still got a long ways to go. Okay, we're gonna see if I can't do a little running. It's the first time I've done it in almost a month, 3 weeks. So let's see if I can live through it. I'm hoping that I'll be okay, despite having been sick recently and still having a lot of the dregs of that hanging around. So we shall see how it goes. All right, there you go. Did it. It was not too bad, to tell you the truth. I expected my lungs to give me more trouble because I had been sick, but they really didn't. No coughing really at all. So that's good. I coughed a lot more today at work than I did running for 30 minutes. But yeah, I ran for 30 minutes. That got me 2 miles, a little more than 2 miles, I think 2.09, something like that. Not a terrible pace, but my foot does hurt. So I don't know if there's a way forward with running. Maybe I need to switch and go with sprinting and weightlifting. Maybe after I lose the rest of the weight and get down to One-derland, then I can, you know, better support myself and it won't hurt my foot so much. I won't have so much weight to bear. I don't know. We'll see. I'm 50 hours fasted now, so probably 51 by now, but doing okay. I have been a lot more hungry during this fast than I have been in fasts in the past. So hopefully I can get through that. And next time I fast, it'll be a little easier. Next time it'll be shorter at least, so that'll be something. Okay, it is Wednesday and we're doing it again. Ooh, 1.0. Gone up twice as much as last time. And 81. Still doesn't get my Dr. Boz ratio where it should be. So you put those two numbers together. It's easy math to do. 81 divided by 1 is 81. So that means my Dr. Boz ratio for today is 81. Not a great ratio, but it's half of what yesterday's was. Now I have finished up my 72-hour, 3-day fast, and it is time to eat some food. I have, as usual, bacon and eggs. Pretty much how I always break a fast. And it's gonna be good. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I'll fast again on Friday, but today and tomorrow I'm gonna be eating and I'm gonna be enjoying it. We'll see what my numbers are again for Thursday. All right, it is Thursday. Let's check my numbers this time. 0.9 is not too bad. It doesn't go down too far from last time. And 107. All right. So neither of those are too bad, but we'll see if we can improve them still. Put those numbers together, and that means that my Dr. Boz ratio is 118. And now it is time for some food. Last night I cooked up some ground beef and I brought it with me, and I had the first half of it, this bowl right here, for breakfast. And then now it is time for lunch, so here is the rest of it. This is the second half, and I'm having that for lunch. Those two meals were good, but they weren't really big meals. I didn't feel like I'd eaten enough. I was still hungry and I didn't want to go into a long fast without eating enough. So I came home and I got the ribs that I cooked last Sunday, if you remember them from last week's video. I pulled those out of the fridge and I warmed them up. So that's what I'm eating right now. And when I'm done, I'm gonna go out for a run and that will be the end of my day. Okay, so I ran for 30 minutes and that was, it was okay. I got 2 miles in. I put pads over the balls of my feet to see if I could help with my metatarsalgia issue that I've been having. And I don't know if it worked. My foot still hurts. I may have to go to like a podiatrist or something like that if I want to do this thing. It may have to end my running. We'll see. I think I'll give it at least one more shot on Saturday. Okay, it is Friday and it's time to do my numbers. 0.8, that's not too bad, although gosh darn it, I wish it would be higher. 87's pretty good though. I like that. That makes my Dr. Buzz ratio 108. So that's about all I've got for Friday. I mean, I'm fasting again, so I'm not doing much. Won't have any food to show you, but I will probably go for a walk later on today. I don't know if I'll bother to show that to you either, just to let you know. I went for a walk. All right, it is Saturday morning, and let's see what we got. Okay, 1.3. That's the highest I've had all week. That's pretty good. What's my blood sugar? And an 82. That should be something good. Okay, so you put those two together, and that gives me a Dr. Buzz ratio of 63, which is a really good Dr. Buzz ratio. It's the best I've had this week, but also it could be higher than it should be because, it's 6:45 on Saturday morning. Pretty early to be up on a Saturday morning. Of course, I get up earlier than that most days of the week now, so I guess maybe I'm used to it, but I've been up for like almost 3 hours now. I think I woke up at about 4 a.m. today and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I know that that's one of the side effects of fasting, is that your body will wake you up and say, hey, here's a bunch of energy, go catch some food. Let's live through this, hey? Yeah, so I've just been awake. I've been trying to go back to sleep. I don't need that. I don't need to go catch food. I've got some in the fridge, and I will eat it at 10 o'clock when my fast is over. But yeah, here I am awake, and I've been awake for hours, so I didn't take my numbers until later by far than I normally do. Normally I get up and take them right away because that's the best way to do that, because once you're awake for a while, your body, you wake up and your body just starts flooding you with cortisol, which will raise your blood sugar, your blood pressure. It will probably lower your ketones, I would assume, if your blood sugar's going up. So all those numbers could just be off from what they should be. They could have even been better, but it's a side effect of fasting, I guess, so that's what I get. I made it 38 hours, and now it's time to finish up my fast. I cooked myself some bacon and eggs, and I'm gonna get to eating. Okay, I had one more meal on Saturday, but I forgot to take a picture or do a video or anything for it. I ate some more of those ribs that I cooked up last Sunday and filled myself up with that. I didn't do any walking, however, or running. I was supposed to run, but my feet just hurt too much and I don't want to do it. I just don't want to make them hurt anymore. So I just didn't bother today. Okay, it is Sunday morning. Let's see what we got. Oh, that one's lower than it has been all week. Darn. That one's not bad. Not going to help. My ratio is going to be low with a 0.6, but let's see. So you put those two together, and that makes my Dr. Buzz ratio a 138. Now it's a few hours later, and I am having breakfast. Of course, bacon and eggs, doing my usual thing. And we'll see what else I got for today. So for lunch, I had myself a bowl of ground beef, a little bit more ground beef that I cooked from a while ago, and that was that. Done. And now I'm fasting again, so I'm done eating for the week. So So I guess we'll throw it over to Big Anklevich there to wrap it up and tell you how things went. So there you go. That's the week this week that we had. And I think it went pretty well for me, to tell you the truth. I was able to do that big, long 72-hour fast, despite it being really hard, really difficult to stick with. I still managed to make it through, and then did another 40-hour or almost 40-hour fast that same week. So I got my blood sugar to come down pretty well. It's down in the 80s most of the time, and my ketones back up into ketosis range. So I think I'm doing well. How did that translate for the scale? Again, let me preface this by saying the scale is not the most important thing. It's just one measurement that you can check your health by. Could be bad news if you're losing tons of muscle instead of fat. So I don't want to, let it run away with everything. But I do always want to check it, and I do make an average of my weight. So I weigh myself every day, and then I have an average of what I turned out to be that week. So last week my average was 248.2. And that was a little bit up still from before I left on vacation. It had come down some, but it was still up from the weight that I was at before I left. Well, now my weight is 243.9. That means that I've lost 4.3 pounds this week, for a grand total of 45.9 pounds on the entire experiment, the entire time that I've been at this, which is good. For one thing, that means that I am back below what I was at before I left on vacation. And that is nice. That makes me happy, because gaining weight sucks. That's not what I wanted to do. So that is a wonderful thing, I have to say. So I'm happy about the way the weight loss is going. And basically happy about everything else too. The one thing that I kind of worry about is exercise. I did try and exercise my best this week, but I skipped out on Saturday. That is generally my day for my long run, but I don't know that I can do it anymore. I think that I may have just destroyed my body over the years, or destroyed my feet anyways. They're going to need actual healing before I can do something like run a marathon, which it really sucks to admit. I don't want to take that one goal and shove it off into the future again. I mean, I'm just getting older every day, so the older I get, the harder it's going to be to achieve that goal. And I don't want to admit defeat. I just don't. But I don't feel like my body can handle it. I don't know if it's just a short time away that it can get better, or if I will always be like this. If eating carnivore will fix problems like that, do I just need, more time for my body to build itself back up and heal itself? I know a lot of people that do carnivore, and they have problems that takes 5 years or more before it's finally resolved. So maybe that's in the future for me, or maybe not. But it's hard to put it off and just be like, yeah, well, I'll just deal with it. No big deal. But I got to find some kind of exercise that I can do. I think I may start doing sprinting, which was what I was planning on doing once my trek, my journey toward the marathon came to an end. Maybe I'll just start that now. Maybe start doing sprinting and some weightlifting and see if I can't do that instead. So maybe I'll try that. We'll see. We'll see this next week, see if I can start working that in, see how that goes. But yeah, that, and the other thing that I'm still kind of trying to figure out is my new schedule. I've got this schedule that I start early in the morning now and get home in the afternoon. And just figuring out when to eat is hard. I don't like taking food to work, but that may be something that I have to do from now on. I love to skip taking food to work because when people see you just eating a bowl of ground beef with nothing, they think you're weird. And I am weird, so I guess there's that, but I don't want to have to deal with the questions generally, although maybe I should. Maybe I can be like, yeah, no, I'm doing this carnivore thing, and I've lost 45 pounds, and, you know, it's doing great for me. You should try it too. Stop eating poison, idiot. Uh, something like that. I don't know. It might be worth it, but we'll have to see. I'm going to try. This past week, I was trying to just eat a lunch and then eat when I get home. But maybe I will try to eat a breakfast, see if I can get stuff that I can eat ahead of heading to work. Because one thing that I've heard is that your body is most insulin sensitive in the morning and least insulin sensitive at night. So that when you eat in the morning, it's better than eating at night. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try that this week and see if I can handle it, or see if I had it better in the first place when I would eat a lunch and then a dinner. We'll see. But there's still a lot to deal with. But still creeping down, getting relatively close to being in the 230s. So I'll be excited about that. See if that can happen. I don't think that'll happen next week, but you never know. Came down 4.3 pounds this week. If I did that again, I would be all the way down. We shall see. Yeah, things are going pretty good. I guess I don't need to really give you a non-scale victory this week since I had a scale victory all the way back to where I was before I went on vacation. It's a bummer that it took a whole month of, you know, jogging in place basically before I could finally start going forward again. But here we are. We're heading forward, and that's going to be good. So I will tell you all about it next week, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you next time on Big Anklovich on Health.